welcome back. Season 2, motherfuckers.
Yo.
We're in the building. Yo, it has been a minute.
It has been a couple minutes.
Just a couple.
Minutes.
It hasn't been a month or two at all. Just a couple minutes.
Yeah.
How you been, brother?
I've been good. We're back in the building. Feels good to be here.
Did you have a good break, not podcasting, doing life's other general things?
It was actually pretty good not having to stress about coming here on a Friday. I feel like Friday night, oh fuck, I can do whatever the fuck I want. So it was good.
You're just like straight to the shower and jack off. Fuck.
That's just every night, bro. That's just not Friday nights. That's every night. But yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, today was like, oh shit, I gotta fucking leave in 15 minutes. Sean, I'll have a shower now. I got to go. But yeah, nah, it was good. It was a good little break.
Yeah, I 100% agree, man. It was just nice to just kick back and just do other things for a little bit too.
Yeah.
But then at a certain point, I was just like, I was seeing a lot of like other people start up podcasts or like listening to podcasts, and I was like, I want to get back on it. And start recording and whatnot.
Yeah, like when you hit me up in January sometime, and then you came around and we like laid out a game plan. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm pretty keen to get back in the makeshift booth and fucking kick it off again. Bro,
You're just looking around.
Just looking around, just like
my Ethernet cable's fucking taped to the floor.
This shitbox room, you know. Nah, yeah, I was keen.
Yeah, nah, me too, man. I think like that's something that we probably didn't do when we first kicked off the podcast. Is like actually sit down. Like we planned a little bit, but compared to what we did this time around, like I'm actually really excited. We got some travel plans. Going to Sydney for World Time Attack. That's on the cards.
Yeah, these are all hypotheticals, though.
Yeah, like it's still something to look forward to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like when we started the podcast, I'm very much just like a fuck it, whatever happens, happens. And you're very much like pen to pad, got to plan shit out. Yeah. So yeah, like having a bit of a plan is good. So let's see where it fucking takes us.
To the fucking moon.
To the moon and back.
Yeah, for sure. But no, like I think it's always a good balance, right? Because at the end of the day, you can try to plan everything, but not everything will come to fruition.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, having a plan is good.
Yes,
you fucking need a plan. What's that saying? Failing to plan is a plan to fail.
I 100% agree with that.
So yeah.
Yeah, even if it's the most basic or rudimentary plan of just dot points or whatever, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. No, it's going to be cool, man. We sort of set a target episode goal for this year. We won't say that just because we don't want to put too much pressure on ourselves. Yeah. But like it's like pretty achievable, I'd say. I'm looking forward to getting more guests on the podcast, people we haven't had before, plus return guests. I think that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, like I'm just looking forward to it, to be honest. It's like a whole brand new year. Yeah.
Fucking 2024.
New
year, new me, baby. New year, new me. Woo!
Oh, if only people could see what Justin looks like right now.
A fucking numpty.
No.
I'm just out there mocking all you fuckers with your New Year's resolutions, mate.
They do have their place. We've talked about this before, but I don't like. It's just cool to kind of think about what do I actually want to achieve this year and whatnot, and then go from there. But hey, it is what it is, man. So we did a bit of an update on the actual podcast logo, and I'm going to be updating some of the intro and outro stuff just to freshen it up a little bit and whatnot. But I'm just happy to hear people's feedback, like if they like the direction we're going on with it as well. But a lot of the core stuff will remain the same. So it's just going to be good conversations, good vibes, all that sort of thing. Even the hard ones as well.
No. Yeah.
Justin's just like, fuck.
Anxiety.
Everyone has that shit to a certain point. But yeah, no, like I'll be 100% honest, man. Coming into this, like even just before starting recording, I was just like, fuck. Even I'm getting nervous because either it's like I haven't done it for a while, or I know the stuff that I need to talk about, and it's not particularly easy to talk about too.
Yeah, especially if you've been through some shit.
Yes, I have been through some shit.
Air quotes. Air quotes.
Yeah, for sure, man. But how's the start of your 2024 been besides all that? Like you've been hitting your goals gym wise, getting into things.
Man, I went to the gym Christmas Day.
Oh,
Boxing
committed.
Day,
My
New
man.
Year's Day. Brother, I haven't missed a fucking day apart from rest day. So I've been smashing it.
Nice.
I've been smashing it. Yeah, bro. It's been fucking good. Me and my boy Sammy, he hit me up because he was going through some shit. And then we went to dinner, had a good yarn. That was actually after the podcast that me, you and Tim had that fucking podcast.
Yeah, you were going Korean barbecue or something.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So, yeah, we've been fucking hanging out ever since then.
Nice.
I got him a job at my work and he works right next to me. So we've just been fucking kicking back every day. And me and him have been going ham in the gym because he hurt his back doing deadlifts because, big power fatty things.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, yeah, I can't really go too crazy, so I'll just do a bit of bodybuilding. So me and him have just been pushing each other in the gym.
Nice.
So, yeah, for like a full solid year, I was just solely focused on like hypertrophy. And now it's like a 50-50 split of powerlifting and bodybuilding mixed in. So it's been fucking sick. So I've been smashing my goals.
Nice.
Yeah, every week it's like a new PR. So I've just been like on top of the world.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling, eh?
Yeah, man. Because, I lost what, 9 kilos last year. So I went from 79 down to 70. And I stayed at 70 kilos for, I think it was about 6 months. So I was at 70 for 6 months, slowly like build muscle, losing fat. And then Sam comes along and like I didn't change my diet, but I just changed my training. Started pushing myself like till beyond failure and lifting heavier, like a lot heavier weight. And I've gained 2 kilos.
Nice.
And I'm looking on the scales. I'm like, man, like I'm upset with myself for gaining 2 kilos.
But it's muscle. I'm pretty sure. Like, it's
it'll be muscle or water weight.
Yeah.
Because like my diet hasn't changed, so it's not like I'm eating more. But what I've found is I'm going that much harder in the gym that I'm just fucking like I'm even more hungry now. Like I need to eat more.
Yeah.
So yeah, my goal for this year was to bench 100 kilos. It was so this year was 100 kilos on the bench, 120 on the squat, and then a 200 deadlift. Now people will probably be like, oh, why is your squat only 20 kilos more? Don't forget I had surgery last year. Yeah. So, and my knees are cooked. So, I mean, I already hit the 100 kg fucking bench.
Nice.
Yeah, I hit that last month, January. So I was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Nice. Yeah.
So now I've got to hit 120 bench. I'm at 110 squat and 160 deadlift. So I'm a little bit worried about the deadlift. That fucks me up every time. But yeah, so they're my fucking goals.
Nice.
They're my gym goals. I don't really have any other goals and,
But it's still something, man.
Yeah, apart from the car, which I haven't even started yet. So let's not talk about it.
That's all good, man.
Let's not talk about the car.
All right. No worries.
Yeah, no, we can get into it later. But yeah, what about you? What's your goals? What's the fucking plan?
So for this year, I've already ordered some of the OEM stuff to get my car back on the road. Hit a bit of a road bump last year. I was going to do it at the end. So now it's good to actually have that order in. They should be coming mid-Feb.
What'd you get? The downpipe and shit?
No, not even. Oh, I've got a downpipe already. It's just the OEM bonnet. I got a new like front lip because the one I have, I just like fucked up. I'd rather just fix it while I can, sort of thing. And then the front right like little plastic garnish because I cut a hole in it for the tow hook.
Yeah,
so that definitely won't pass pits. Just small things like that. Not too much, to be honest. The bonnet was the most expensive thing. And then once that's all here, I'll just get it put on the car, get everything else that I need sorted. So I think most likely I'll just need to get some sort of cheap ass tires, get the alignment, less negative camber at the front, and I should be good to go. Like there's not really much, to be honest. Downpipe is the other thing. Yeah.
Sounds like a day job.
Yeah, I think honestly it is. Yeah. It's just a matter of like
doing it.
That's then it. Once I go to the pits, I don't know how, like what they will pick on as well.
Everything. They'll just do like a general check over of your car. So like you got to book it in, take it there at a certain time, and then they will legit just go over everything, make sure the brakes work, your tires are good, all the safety shit, washers, wipers, indicators, seat belts, seats, make sure there's no leaks, just shit like that. It's so basic, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just make sure your car's roadworthy, safe, air quotes, you know? So good pads, good tires, washers, wipers, indicators, done.
Yeah, so all that shit should still work because it did when I stopped. Yeah, stopped driving it sort of thing.
Just make sure you check, like, a lot of people, they take the car over the pits and they're like, oh, I've got a park light out. You'll fail for that.
Yes.
For a fucking a couple $1 park light that you could have changed. Like, you shouldn't be checking that shit just before you get to the pits, you know?
Yeah, don't be an idiot sort of thing.
And if you do have a leak, just fucking give it a good wash down, like, before you go there.
Yeah, so it's not obvious that this... Yeah. This is basic stuff, right?
Yeah, so basic.
Yeah, the only thing I'm slightly worried about is because my generation of car or Type R, it's got privacy glass at the back. So, like, I don't know if they're going to be like...
Did it come out factory like that?
Yes.
Okay, so if they fail that, then you're going to have to go to Honda.
Lovely.
Yes, and be like, did this come out factory with this? And if they do say yes, then you got to get a letter and show them. And then they'll be like, oh, sweet. Okay, if that's the only issue that they've picked up, then they should rectify it. Yeah. Because I remember I had a mate, he was taking his Evo 9 over the pits and they failed him because it came out because it had Brembos on it. They were like aftermarket brakes and they're like, motherfucker, it came with Brembos.
Yeah, jeez.
So they had to get a letter from Mitsubishi, which isn't hard because, you know, came from factory like that. And they were like, oh, okay. Because they're not like, they check over cars all day, every day. But at the same time, you think about how many fucking makes and models there are. They're not going to remember or know every single one of them.
Yeah, 100%. So that's probably something I may have to do as well because obviously the Type R's got Brembos. Mine are a little worse for wear. They're fucking black.
Yeah, but you just give them a clean.
I'll give them a clean, but like...
But the paint fades on them all the time, bro. That's nothing to do with the actual quality of
it still works.
Brakes. Yeah, it's just the paint they use is junk.
Yes.
Get them powder coated.
Yeah, that's probably the route that I will need to go, especially if I'm going to do more.
Best money I ever spent on mine, get them powder coated. Fuck, they look brand new.
Yeah. But then there's also like, what color? Because red's, like everyone has red. Maybe do something.
Yeah, but red's sick.
It is.
Because everything red goes faster, bro.
Yeah. Like
come on, you should know that. Oh, don't. You want to get in this already, bro.
I'm just throwing snide comments in.
He's going to go backwards, not forwards.
Well, yeah, we'll see. It's an opportunity, but it seems to be the case.
I can't wait for him to bomb out.
Anyone goes to Ferrari or anyone that's got like championship status, it just doesn't
work out for him.
It's a curse, eh?
Vettel, Kimi,
Alonso
Charles,
sort of worked.
Yeah. It's like strategies, bro, is not there.
Yeah. There's so many memes about that already, man.
Oh, man, yeah. Like, I think it's going to be his, like, last final hurrah to prove to the world that he is as good as what everyone says he is. Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine if he does go to Ferrari. Well, imagine when he does go to Ferrari and then all of a sudden he proves that he's faster than Charles Leclerc. He can turn that team around. You know what I mean? Like, then it'll be like, all right, proof is in the pudding. He is as good
as people think,
as his 7 world titles, you know? It's not just that Mercedes were 2 seconds faster than every single car, you know? Because at the moment, you can clearly tell that Ferrari are number 2 or number 3 behind Red Bull. So, I mean, well, testing's at the end of the month, so we'll
find out.
We'll slowly get a bit of a gist and see who's sandbagging at fucking...
It's so misleading at times, though, eh?
Oh, yeah. You can sort of tell who's doing well and who's not, like by how many laps they've done. And because last year, like McLaren...
Fuck.
Oh, bro.
That was a train wreck.
You could tell, like, they're going to have a rough season.
Yeah.
And they did. You could tell, like...
First half they did, yeah.
Yeah, but doesn't matter. It still fucked them for the rest of the season, even though they were on podiums. They were still fighting for 4th and 5th, you know, because they were so far behind in the start.
Yeah, for sure.
It took them a while to catch up. So, yeah, testing is like there's a lot of sandbagging and fucking trickery and shit like that. But you can still sort of read between the lines and tell, all right, let's say, for example, if Red Bull does, you know, I'm just going to throw a number out there, 1,000 laps in the 2 days, and they haven't really had any issues, even though they're not setting fucking record laps. You can sort of tell, like, all right, they're doing all the program that they've wanted. They haven't had any issues they've had to fix. And let's say Haas has only done fucking 400 and they've spent a lot of time in the garage. You can sort of tell, like, oh, oh.
they didn't quite get it right, or there is something that's gone horribly wrong.
I'm not saying that those two teams will have it like that. Maybe Red Bull will fuck up, but I mean they've had a lot more time to develop this year's car compared to everyone else.
It's sort of hard to go backwards, I think, when you've been that far in front.
Yeah, until the 2026 regs completely change again, and then there'll be anyone's game. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
like the end of the season, I sort of was like, oh, okay, I'm a little bit over it, even though Red Bull's my team and Max is the best. I was still a bit like, oh, you know.
Even you were getting sick of it, eh?
Yeah, 22, was it 22 or 23 races? I was like, it's a bit fucking much. And now they're going for, 24? So I know at the end of the season, I'm going to be like, oh.
Yeah, you kind of have to, like, hats off to the people that watch every single race, get up no matter what the time zone, and, like, that's dedication. I pick and choose the ones that I actually enjoy.
Because you can sort of tell, like, you're like, oh, this race, like, let's use Monaco for example. You can sort of tell, like, I'm going to sleep in for this one. I'm not going to watch it because you already know, like, oh, this person qualified, they'll probably win. So
yeah, I'll watch quali, but not the actual race.
So I know what you mean. You can pick and choose your battles, but it's like 24 races. It's like fucking quantity over quality at the moment. You know, like dial it back a bit.
I think there's also, you know, there's all the behind the scenes politics and stuff as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so like if you've got someone paying like 80% of the money to get into F1 to get people to go to certain, what do you call them, regions in the world and stuff, like.
Yeah, there's so much politics.
There is.
Yeah, I can see why Drive to Survive did so well because it's
captures it pretty good.
It's just drama.
It is. 100%.
Everyone loves drama, bro. Like, and that's what it is. Fucking shitloads of drama with shitloads of money, and motherfuckers going super fast.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just a gigantic circus.
Yeah, it is. I think a lot of people like to just watch things that have like entertainment value, but also just drama, man. Like, there's so many shows that are just purely drama and people just flock to it. So
you could make a show alone just on the fucking team principals going at it with each other. You know what I mean? Just 10 blokes like bitching and moaning and like trying to skate the rules and dob on each other. Like that could be a show on its own.
Yeah. 100%.
They could pump out 24 episodes of one of each race of just following the fucking principles, like, you know, the owners, and just, oh, that'd be funny as.
I loved it how at the end of last season, I think there was a photo of Toto and Christian just like acting like good mates at the end of the season. I was just like, that's fucking cool, man. But like
deep down inside, you know, they want to fucking stab each other's eyeballs out.
Yeah. I just remember that interview where Christian's just like, fix your fucking car. That's the issue.
And then Toto's going back. Yeah. And it's just like, how much was that for show? But at the same time, how much do we not see?
Yeah.
Like there'd be so much drama that we wouldn't see.
That's the other thing, actually. I think at the end of last season or somewhere between the break, there was this whole thing.
About Susie Wolf.
Yeah. That's
Toto's
just gone
misses,
quiet, eh? Like, I haven't seen.
I think they've opened an investigation. Okay. So the FIA is investigating Toto and Susie, and all the teams every single team brought out like basically an identical statement saying we didn't know about it and all that bullshit. So
yeah, like we didn't prompt the FIA to look into it, sort of thing. So
yeah, there's going to be an investigation. So whether or not that happens anytime soon, who the fuck knows?
Yeah, well, you'd think that they would try to get that sort of stuff sorted before a season.
No, who knows, bro? I mean, look how many times they investigate a fucking penalty after the race or after a qualifying session that completely determined the outcome of the race. Like,
yeah, true.
They're fucking numpty balls, but at the same time, like,
for race strategists.
I mean, you got to give them credit. Like, they've got so much fucking data and information and so much shit.
It's not an
easy
job
to do.
by any means. And like, it's one of those things where when you've got such large scale organizations, trying to make quick decisions is not easy in any means. And
it's not like there's a couple bucks on the line. Like
it's millions.
It's not even just like 1 or 2 million. It's like just for being in Formula One, and like I think you have to be in Formula One for like 3 years or 4 years or whatever it is, the team, and they get, was it like $15 million just for existing? So like Imagine one simple fucking split decision wrong could cost a team tens of millions of dollars.
Championship points and all that, yeah.
Yeah, cunts are going to kick up a stink over that, brother.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot at stake.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, the start of the season kind of always has that same sort of flow where, like, it looks close at times. Like, I remember last year it was like Ferrari doing pretty well. Aston came out of nowhere. That was exciting.
Yeah.
But it was pretty obvious it was still like Red Bull kind of being the car to beat. And then as it kind of progressed gradually, just other teams started to drop off. The McLaren researched a little bit.
Because at the start, it's new. There's new cars to test. Like, they have to go through all their little teething issues until they figure their car out. And then once everyone's sort of settled in, you sort of know where the pecking order will be. Unless, you know, every now and then there'll be this fight for number one. But yeah, after I'd say 4 or 5 races, you sort of can tell who's doing well and who's fucking not.
Yes. Yeah, very much so. But I look forward to it, man. I mean,
what are your predictions for the year?
I don't see anyone really beating Red Bull, to be very honest. Like, what Adrian Newey and the team have done with that car, like, it's impossible to go backwards. Yeah. And they've, like you said, they probably had started developing this year's cars so much sooner than everyone else.
Oh, yeah. Everyone already said that.
Yeah. And the thing is, I remember a quote from him specifically where they were just like, we are focused on race pace and not qualifying.
Yeah.
So the fact to qualify as well is like a bonus.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good luck trying to beat Red Bull in race pace because they were fucking quick last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be Red Bull. Red Bull number 1. Number 2, it's like a toss-up between Mercedes and Ferrari, I think. I think McLaren are going to be close. But something about McLaren, they always just seem to fall short a little bit. And there's no way Mercedes is going to let them fucking McLaren overtake them.
You would hope
like they supply the engines, you know what I mean? We're just going to detune the engine a little bit, motherfuckers, you know? Oh, you ordered 6 new engines? Oh, they're going to have little issues here and there, bro.
Ejector Cedo cars.
Yeah, I reckon they're going to do some fucking trickery, eh? Yeah, I don't know.
I think it'll be interesting to see. Oh, fucking, I hate this name of that fucking AlphaTauri now. It's like,
was it Visa RB?
Yeah, Visa RB Cash App. I don't fucking know, man.
Something stupid.
Whoever thought of that in the Sauber names, just like,
yeah,
I understand.
Just lose your job.
It's a lot
Just
of money,
quit.
Sure, but like, you need to think about like, I feel sorry for the fucking reporters trying to like talk about these teams, and then for the fans, like, what the fuck, man? You got a little kid that's going to be like, oh, I used to support Visa Red Bull Cash App back in the day.
Shut up, you loser. Psh, give him a kick, eh? Yeah, I don't know. I think there'll be like VRB or something.
Yeah, something like that. But it's if a lot of their components from the RB19 car go down to that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Because I know Danny's quick in that car. Like, that's how he got his seat back, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, because it was only a couple tenths off max. Like, yeah, but yeah, it just depends on what the rules are. Yeah. Like, because there are like a lot of rules where you're not allowed to like copy it and you have to develop certain things on the car. But because they're basically one team, it's like how much are they allowed? So it's like engine, suspension, gearbox. I think they have to do their own aero development. So, yeah, fuck knows. Fuck knows where they'll come. Yeah, it'll be pretty interesting to see how close they are to everyone else. It'd be sick, man. It'd be so sick to see them like all of a sudden like fighting for P1s and P2s because Danny Rick, mate. The Aussie, the Perth legend, mate.
For sure. Like,
and Yuki's cool.
Yuki is cool. Like the race last year, very last race, he was doing fucking killer, man. Like, it's probably his best race of the season.
Yeah.
And
I can't even remember it. I can't remember nothing.
I just remember he was fighting to get a certain place so AlphaTauri would move up in the constructors.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I think he was fighting for like P10 or some shit.
Yeah. He just missed out. But like, he was doing a really good job. Like there's a lot of promise in that team because like they have won races before with Pierre and all that too.
Yeah. So, was it Monza?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where Danny won as well. It's something about that track, man. Like it just sometimes produces some like random ass shit that
because everyone else got taken out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking an interesting race or event.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I don't want to hype it up too much and be like, it's going to be the best season ever because like reality comes.
I know come like 15, 16 races in, I'm just going to be like...
Yeah,
you know?
the Dutch national anthem plays again. You're just like, oh, fuck.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
But no, it'll be good. So that's probably a good sort of segue into some of the local events that we've got. So Drift West has released their calendar for this year. T1WA as well.
Yeah.
There's quite a few things.
Nishi D did as well.
Yeah. Like it's cool to kind of just start seeing a lot of this stuff. Infinite Time Attack did too. There's quite a few events in Feb. So it starts from the 15th. You got Infinite Time Attack. You got your 17th, Drift West, Drift Kana. So it's like a speed drifting event. I've never seen or heard of that
Kana.
Yeah. It's like time drifting. So like point to point in a way. I might go check it out and see anyway. 18th is D1WA at Carco, and then Drift West practice on the 24th as well at Carco.
Yeah, I won't be going to Drift West practice.
Mm.
But, I mean, I'll try and get to some events, but...
Bro's got a kid now.
Man. I don't know where the fuck my time goes.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, man.
But I've got none of it. I've got none spare anymore. It sucks because I haven't got my camera out in so long.
Neither.
And I just want to, like, now that the events are up, like, motivations today and tomorrow. And I didn't even pay one single thought to it. And I was just like, nah, I've got fucking X things to do tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, motivation's on tomorrow. I'm like, nah.
Have you been before?
Motivation, yeah. Been heaps.
You rate it? It's good?
Yeah, if you like burnouts.
Who doesn't like burnouts?
A lot of people don't because it's just burnouts. But
true. Yeah.
No, I've been in a lot of cars. Motivation. And it is fucking sick because it's just a bunch of rednecks fucking cutting loose. So you just be pissed as fuck, you know, and you're just in the car like, whoa! So,
living the life.
Yeah, it is pretty sick.
Nice.
And there are some really nice cars. So it is cool. But yeah. Oh, it's time.
Yeah. It's
yawn.
Time. Yeah. Nah, here, man. It's like finding the time to do this sort of stuff. And yeah. There's always a trade-off.
Yeah. Now they've got a kid and shit, and he's growing up real quick. I'm trying to spend as much time as I can with him.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough, man.
Before he goes, fuck you, Dad. You're not cool. I don't want to hang out with you. It's going to happen, brother.
It will, but like it'll come full circle generally, I hope. Like that's sort of life's pattern, let's say.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, look at your parents. They can't fucking get rid of you.
I know, right? How is little T doing?
Yeah, he's good, brother. He's good. He's just starting to walk.
Oh, nice.
It's fucking scary, eh? Like, he would just stand up, look at you, and as he's standing, and then just take, like,
a couple of
5 or 6 steps. And you're like, fuck me, it's coming. Oh, he's going to ruin the house. It's already ruined, but you know what I mean? Like, it's coming. He's starting to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool as, man.
Nice.
Like, he'll just hold your hand and just, like, walk around the house, walk all outside, like, just holding your hand. He's just, ah!
Yeah, he's a happy kid, hey?
Yeah, it's fucking cool to see, like, watching him grow up. But, yeah, at the same time, it's sad watching him grow up.
Because you just sort of like time goes so fucking fast.
Yeah, you're just like, just stay fucking little, bro. Just stay, but nah, that's not how life works.
No, definitely not.
It's not how life works.
Oh, man. Yeah, like I just remember when I went to yours for the planning session and the dude was just fucking happy as hell and throwing his fruit around and shit. And I was like, bruh, this is the life, right?
Oh,
everyone else can clean up your mess. You got nothing to worry about.
You just shit, piss, throw your food, cry.
And that's all your worries.
That's all your worries, bro. It's pretty sick, hey?
Yeah. Like, it's crazy how much more complicated life can get as you get older.
Yeah. What's that old saying? The more you know, the more you don't know.
Yeah. You sort of realize, like, yeah, I don't know X amount, but there's so much more out there.
Oh, yeah.
It's scary as hell.
Ignorance is bliss, bro. Oh, just...
You can only get away with it for so long, though.
Oh, I know. Like, I just miss just like, don't care. But now it's like, oh, fuck, I have to care.
Yeah, 'cause you've got people that may take it seriously that you know that are important to you and all this sort of stuff, right?
Ignorance is bliss, man. Sometimes I'm like, just put my fingers in my ears. La, 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 la. Don't want to know. Don't tell me shit.
Yeah, but you do that shit and then you're like, oh, fuck, now my inner demons are louder. And you're just like,
Don't worry about the inner demons, mate. Don't worry about the inner demons. You got to bury that. We're men, mate. You just shove them in a bottle, fucking deep down, and you just close the lid. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, eventually one day it's going to fucking explode.
Yeah,
you just
100%.
like lose your shit.
Yeah. But that's all right.
That's just how society goes.
That's how society works, bro.
Oh, Jesus.
Every now and then you just get a man who's completely lost his shit.
Yeah, but fuck, that's when it gets bad. Like, yeah. It can lead to some pretty horrible things.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to also go through, let's just say, some of the shit I have been dealing with in the last month.
Go on. Get it out, brother.
Get it out.
Get it out.
That's what this podcast is for. But I think let's start with this. From the start of this year to current time, I have been going to therapy once a week. And it's one of those things where if people who have never experienced therapy before, how I would explain it to you is I'm sure most people would have stuff that they keep buried away or don't want to deal with because it's just easier to... I think men in particular do this, like you said.
Yeah,
where it's just
put your
easier
shit in a bottle.
Yeah, just put it in a bottle and you know what? You strip the emotions away from it. You've just got that memory and that's something you just have decided you're not going to deal with or you'll deal with when you're ready.
Yeah.
You go into therapy and that shit gets like fucking exposed hella quick.
Oh, bro. They tear you down real quick, whether you're ready for it or not. They don't give a fuck, brother.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's funny how it happens because it's not like a aggressive, like the coming at you sort of thing. It's just a conversation. It goes down a path and it's not particularly aggressive. It's just questions, answers, discussions. And then you somehow at this point, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm in the thick of it.
For sure. So a lot of the work that I have been doing, some of it I am not able to talk about just now, but I'll go through some of the stuff that I have actually gone through. So to start off with, the therapy that I have done in the past is CBT, which is cognitive behavior therapy. So it's more around, like, let's say, talking through the situations and your emotions and whatnot. And now I'm doing a different style of therapy called DBT, which is, I think, dialect behavior therapy, which is very different. It's very more focused on breaking down and deconstructing behaviors and things like that. So
why you are the way you are.
100%. And it's...
For all the dumb people out there like me. Well, keep it simple, stupid.
You got it, mate.
We dropped out of school. Come on, brother.
You're doing good, man.
I'm trying to keep up here.
So yeah, it's been an experience. So what I'm actually tackling head on pretty hard at the moment is addictions. And what that has actually stemmed from, well, let's just say what the addictions are to...
Porn, no?
Pornography and sex.
Oh, yes.
And you're just like...
Fuck yeah, let's go.
So to cut a long story short-ish, in year 7, when I was 12, I was bullied quite badly. It was a pretty traumatic time for me. And I think a lot of my, let's say... They like to call it schemas in therapy, but a lot of the stuff that you build as blueprints on how you behave as you're an adult start from when you're a kid. And it sort of forms on the basis of were your needs met. So were you physically safe, psychologically safe, yes or no? And depending on a combination of all these scenarios, you'll build blueprints on how you're going to actually act in the world and stuff like that. So I had to do a bit of like a quiz of how I think on certain things, and then I've got schemas now that I'm working through. But what started the addictions for me is when I was in year 7, I was being bullied pretty intensely, and that continued throughout high school. My coping mechanism for that was when I got home, I would go onto the internet, and I found porn at 12. And I was not ready for, I guess, the actual subconscious messaging I pick up from it. Because like people are just like, oh, it's just, you know, people having sex and shit. But there is a lot more that your brain interprets when you're 12 years old and slowly getting older over time that you probably, well, I wasn't personally aware of, and it fucks me royally. Like to the point where I picked up a video game addiction on top of that in high school as well. And those two just went hand in hand. So I just spent a lot of my time on a computer because it was just, that's how I coped with like everything. It was just,
and it like sort of creates a safe space, doesn't it?
it does.
Especially video games. Like you could be anyone, you could say anything. There's no fucking repercussions to
and it's
anything.
It's somehow easier to connect with people in a video game than it is in real life.
Yeah, because you've got like a common ground that you can talk about, and then you just talk about the game, and then you slowly talk about other things that revolve around your life, and then that's how you build relationships online. Yeah,
for sure. And like the stuff that I was into is like World of Warcraft and whatnot. So like you would
CS, baby.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike.
You build like this, or you're in a community in a way, and you get to know people if you're on the same server every day. Like
pretty much.
Scouts and knives and
Scouts, knives, bro.
Yeah. You just always see the same people, and like
100%,
you would start talking about stuff. And that's what got me through that period of my life. What I didn't realize though is obviously I've picked up subconscious behaviors that aren't beneficial to me. So now I'm in the process of deconstructing a lot of these behaviors through something called a chain behavior analysis. And that is fucked. Like you got to go back to the things that you've done wrong, unpack it, try remember how you're emotionally feeling, what the trigger point was, why you were feeling vulnerable to go down that route, and then look at the short-term impacts that it's caused on yourself and the people that are close to you. Look at the long-term impacts, and then from that space, look at alternative ways of, cool, when I feel like this, or I have this sensation in my body, then I need to look at doing something differently, because if I keep going down this path, I'll do something that potentially I will either regret or feel shameful about. And for me, like, shame is a massive thing of porn, because it's like, I feel like fucking shit after having a wank, man.
Oh, bro, that post-nut clarity, you're just like, oh, damn.
What the yeah, like,
oh, shit.
I just watched some most fucked up shit.
Oh,
and I'm just like,
SWAT's coming in, eh?
I'm just like, oh my God, like, what the fuck is wrong with me? So, like,
that post-nut clarity, brother, I get it every time. Don't worry, bro.
Yeah, man, it's just...
But at the same time, it's like, we got a lot of testosterone flowing through our bodies. Like, isn't it pretty normal just to want to fuck and jack off, you know?
I think it is, but if you get that, like, coloured with pornography earlier than you're ready, that's where it really screws you.
And I think because, let's say, like, I mean, I don't know what the fuck you're going through, you know? So, I don't know. Tell me if I'm being a dumb cunt or not.
Will do.
But it's like, the more porn you look at, the normal stuff just doesn't cut it. So you got to, it sounds fucked, but you got to start watching the shit that probably makes normal people a bit uncomfortable, like the hardcore stuff. And then even when that doesn't do it, it's like...
It's a very slippery slope, yeah.
Yeah, then it's like, well, then where are you going, bro? Like, it's, you're knocking on them doors that you're like, fuck, you don't think you got a problem, but then you're like, like you said, you post-nut clarity, and then you just like, oh man, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, this
shit ain't normal. Like, is this what I'm into? You know, you start thinking like, is this what I want, like, out of a relationship?
Yes.
But then you take a step back and you go, no, like, I wouldn't, you know, sometimes you have these fantasies, but at the same time you're like, nah, like, I don't want that. Like, it's just because porn has got my brain so twisted, you know? So I don't know where the fuck I'm going with this, but you're like...
Really relevant. Because
the deeper you go, it fucks you up.
Yeah, it does. It gets a lot harder to... let's say, climb back out of it. And you need like a certain amount of self-awareness to realize that you're going down a path where it may be impacting your like close, intimate relationships, like with your partner, for example. So when I was in like my first long-term relationship, like I was still fucking jacking off almost twice a day at times.
Oh, brother.
And it's like,
woo!
I could do it, but it was like, then it would come potentially at a cost, not all the time, but like I wouldn't be as intimate with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So it's just like...
It's just easy to jack off, bro.
It is, because it's just like fucking, you know, a couple of minutes
seconds.
or whatever. You're done. Like, you don't actually have to put that much effort in. It's that instant gratification, which so many people are addicted to nowadays.
Yeah. And it's right there, bro. Like, when we were teenagers, man, like you wanted to watch porn, like dial-up speeds were pretty junk.
Yeah, you had to buffer that shit, man.
Yeah, so like sometimes the best option was legit like magazines, reading, actual fantasizing.
Yes, like, using your imagination instead of actual like visual content.
100%. Like, and nowadays, like, or if you did want to watch actual video porn, like you had to go on fucking LimeWire.
Download it for like an hour or something.
An hour, bro. Shit used to take days, you know? Yeah. And what, you're going to leave that on the computer that your whole family uses? Now everyone's got their own computer.
Yeah, or iPad or whatever.
Yeah, like when we were growing up, like we had one computer, and if I wanted to play games on it, I had to wait my fucking turn.
Yep.
So what, I was going to fucking download porn on that one computer? It's like, no way, man. Or even like, I didn't know how to delete browser history back then. I wasn't going to risk that shit. I'd go buy fucking car magazines, and in the middle of the pages, there'd be a couple boobies. And I'm like, well, that's me done, you know what I mean?
Hot fours, man.
Yeah, not hot four. You know? Oh, so that's what we had back in the day. Like, but now it's
a struggle, man.
Oh, man. I just straight in the shower, like, boom. I'm incognito mode, bro. And I just, X videos, I'm there.
Yeah,
that's it. It's one click, man. Done. Fuck 100%. Yeah. Bro, Instagram. Instagram is just fucking softcore porn now. You click on some bitches and it's like OnlyFans. Boom, there it is. Like, Jesus Christ. Like,
it's not even hidden.
Nah, that's all Instagram now is just promoting whores.
It can be, very much so. That's sort of why I got rid of it. We'll go into that later. But I think that's...
You didn't get rid of shit. You're still on social media. Come on, man.
I got rid of my personal Instagram.
Yeah, and now you're using our Instagram as your personal Instagram. I got to hold you accountable, bro, all right?
True, all right.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Every fucking 2 seconds I'm getting notification. I'm like, who the fuck is Trevor talking to now, bro? Oh, he's having these conversations with all these people.
But, so yeah, what is tricky about this sort of, like, it...
Yeah, let's get back to it. Sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm just trying to like think of how to best explain it. So therapy looks at addictions in a certain way, and certain things are classified as addictions, so alcohol, drugs, etc. Yeah. I think sex and pornography is something that is a bit more nuanced and is recently being investigated and whatnot a little bit more. The thing about like alcohol and drugs is at times you can physically remove yourself from it.
Yeah.
Like you can sort of do the same thing with pornography and sex, but it's internal, like it's mental as well. Like when you have urges to do stuff, like it's much more accessible. You can't just physically remove like the internet from your house, especially if you need it to work and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's a challenging thing to, let's say, deal with, and I still haven't got down to the core, let's say, reason of why. And one of the massive things for me is like whenever I used to sort of use porn and whatnot, it was always the shame that came after it, but I would never tell anyone as well.
Okay.
Or like my partner at the time. So like I've only recently started doing that, and it is a strange experience because it's just like, oh, I've like done something that I'm usually like super shameful of, but now I have to like be like, oh yeah, I just jacked off. And then like it's...
But isn't it normal to jack off, bro? Everyone needs to jack off.
100%. Like it is.
You need that.
It is normal, but I think it's...
that tension, bro.
It helps. Like
you come back from the gym and like you've got one more muscle to work out, bro. And you know you're gonna go to failure. So you fucking pump one out. Isn't that? Isn't that normal?
I think to a certain extent it is, right? Because what I used to do is use it to sleep.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm just talking about like just jacking off and they're not being an issue.
Correct.
Whereas I'm not in your shoes, so I don't understand. Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking at it from a completely different point of view. So yeah, I'm not being very understanding of
that's all good.
What you're feeling because I don't get it. You know what I mean? And someone like me who doesn't have that issue wouldn't get it. It's like the whole anxiety thing. If you've never dealt with anxiety or depression, a lot of times you'll probably just be like, depression is not real.
Correct.
So yeah, like
it takes
experiencing something similar to like fully understand and empathize with someone else. Like there are some people that are really good at empathizing and kind of can guess what it's like. And if people are really like interested, they can read and do their own research and kind of form their own conclusions. But not everyone will do that sort of thing anyway.
Because every now and then I'll go down that rabbit hole where I'll have that post-nut clarity and I'll be like, oh, okay, I needed to like stop myself from looking at some certain shit, you know? So then, you know, I take a step back, but then that's as far as it goes for me. Whereas obviously with you, it's different.
Yeah.
It's a lot deeper than that. And it goes back to, like you're saying, early years, early teenage years, bro. And it's, unfortunately, it fucking sucks, but we just got to one foot in front of the other and, you know, you just got to man up, handle your shit. Nah.
That's exactly what like, it's, you know, sort of what I am doing in a lot of ways, not like manning up, but more just like
acknowledging
it.
And now you're taking the correct steps to make sure you can fucking sort your shit out.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where like, I can understand why a lot of people who may potentially have been in situations like mine, where, say, for example, they were bullied or like the world's done them wrong, your natural tendency is to like look at things to blame. And it's just like, oh, you know, like the world is cruel to me or all this sort of stuff. And like, I went through a period of that where it's just like, well, no one gave a fuck about me, so why should I give a fuck about the people, like anyone else in the world? Like, there's a lot of like a bit of, well, there is anger there that I'm sort of realizing and looking at and being like, is it really gonna help me get better? No. So it's just like, you know, it's a situation. I can be angry at the situation. It sucks, yes, but it also helped define who I am. And even though like it's a part of me that I really don't particularly like, it is still a part of me.
Yeah.
And you just got to accept that for what it is. And there are things you can do to change behaviors like this. It is a slow process. Changing behaviors is not a quick thing to do.
No.
But that's part of being an adult.
Yeah.
And that's
fucking
it's
man up.
Man up and just
man up, handle your shit.
Handle your shit.
Stop jacking off into socks, bro. I bet you got a lot of crusty socks around, eh? Do you remember back in the day, all movies and like
that's how they represented it, eh?
Yeah, like with jacking off into socks. Who the fuck was jacking off into socks, bro?
Bro, socks are the most uncomfortable fucking things. Like,
yeah, why are you jacking off into socks? Get a fucking tissue. There's tissues everywhere. What do you mean? Toilet paper.
I know,
Jack off into the fucking shower and wash down the sink.
Who the fuck wants to put their foot in a sock they've jacked off to?
I don't understand. Like American Pie. Yeah. American Pie, and he's got this like crusty ass socks. I'm like, he's about to jack off. He gets a sock. What do you mean, bro? Is this just an American thing?
It must.
I don't know. Get it. Who jacks off into
socks? We're going to
socks?
ask our American audience, like all five of them. Please clarify.
If you're still jacking off into a sock, hit me
help.
up, all right? Hit me up and be like, explain to me why. And then go see a fucking therapist.
They're just going to be like, so Justin, it was the fleshlight before there was a fleshlight. Just like,
The jar of peanut butter.
Oh, fuck.
Jar of peanut butter with cling wrap, hey?
Oh, Jesus.
Is that it?
Oh, man.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
Yeah, maybe I need to come with you, brother. Come with you.
But
intrusive thoughts, bro. I just let my intrusive thoughts run wild.
That's what has got me into shit sometimes. But yeah, it's a process for sure, and I think the main thing is for people that are going through that. Let's just say a lot of the battle is silent and internal, and no one's going to come and pat you on the back. It's something I realized that like, oh, good job, you're trying to better yourself. Because honestly, no one else gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck, bro. Because everyone's going through their own shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, it's something I learned as well. Like, no one gives a fuck, and at the same time, why should they? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to be a cunt, but like, yeah, you got problems. But motherfucker, so do I. And I got to sort my own shit out before I got to sort your shit out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it like, as in, you can go get you fucked. But like, when you got all your mates saying, oh, depression this, depression that, and everyone's dumping trauma dumping on someone. It's just like, man, I got enough shit to deal with. And everyone's the same. Everyone's got their own shit that they're dealing with. And that's probably why people don't speak up, because they're like, I'm sick of hearing about this shit. I'm sick of hearing about your shit. I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of my own shit. So fuck everyone else. I'm trying to sort my shit out before anyone else can get their own shit sorted.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know?
And I think like that's a really good way of looking at it, in the sense of like, you know, whenever you get on an airplane, they're always like, you know, if shit hits the fan, you put your fucking mask on first, then you help other people.
100%.
So just
Sort
remind,
sort yourself out first.
you shouldn't be afraid or anxious about looking after yourself first.
It's that entitlement thing, you know what I mean? Like you feel entitled, so you want everyone else to feel sorry for you because of entitlement. But it's like, no one gives a fuck about you. Sort your shit out. You're not entitled to other people fucking want, you know, I don't even know how to say it, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Like you'll meet people that, you know, in your inner circle, they will have more leniency for this sort of stuff, and like they actually do care about you.
I'm not saying, you know, like everyone's a piece of shit. But yeah, you're gonna have like your mates.
We're talking general sense.
Yeah. I've even noticed like some of my best mates, like most of the time they'll sort of only really talk about it when they've had 10 beers. You know, then you have the same conversation with them like a couple of weeks later, and they won't say anything. You know what I mean? So it really just depends. Like,
it does.
Yeah.
And this is something that I struggle with personally, is like when I've had conversations with people and they've opened up and they're kind of like saying, hey, I'm struggling with X, Y, and Z. And you have a conversation, like a couple, it's fine, but it's around like, cool, you're struggling. What are you going to do? Like, what are we going to do? How can I help you? But what are you going to do for yourself?
Yeah.
And you have that conversation like 3 or 4 times, the exact same theme, and they don't help themselves.
Yeah.
I
fucking hate people like that.
Yeah, me too.
I hate giving out advice when you generally know it's like pretty good advice and someone doesn't listen. I'm not saying it's like, I'm not saying advice about mental health or whatever. It could be just advice about how to fix something or do something, you know? And they don't listen, and then they ask again and again and again. I'm just like, shut the like go away from me. I don't have the mental energy, you know? I was like, at the start of the year, man, I swear I had like 5 mates coming up to me telling me all their problems, and I was just like...
Is it because you're the podcast guy? The mental health guru.
Man, I don't know. I got to a point and I was just like, I don't give a fuck about no one's motherfucking feelings at the moment, because I'm going through shit and I'm not even talking to anyone.
Yeah.
I'm fucking trying to handle my own shit.
Yeah.
I was so mentally exhausted. I was just like, nah. I don't fucking no more for no one. I was like, I'm going through enough shit with me and my family and my fucking house. I was like, I'm done. I was
tapping out. See ya.
I was legit like, I was so mentally exhausted. I was like, I'm tapping out. I'm fucking done.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
Burnout, eh?
It is
Burnout's a real thing, whether it's physical or mental, man. It's just...
Yeah. I think that, like, what makes it hard is sometimes people... Like, everyone's got a capacity or a threshold, let's say, where if it's exceeded, like, they just got to deal with their own stuff for a bit. And I think the tricky bit is sometimes it's not really communicated, like, when people are at that. Like, so say, for example, we have a conversation and I dump all the shit on you, and you don't tell me beforehand or after that, hey, I've got my own shit right now. I can't really, like, cope with what you're saying too.
Yeah.
And it's just that if it's not talked about, it kind of almost gets assumed that you've got the capacity to deal with what I'm telling you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So it's just be, when you're dealing with this sort of stuff, it is a very sensitive topic.
Yeah.
So just try be empathetic where you can, and understand that everyone's going through their own stuff too. And capacity is a real thing. Some people will have 100%. Higher capacities to deal with some of this stuff, and others won't. So
yeah. Like if someone, like you're saying, if someone's fucking trauma dumping on you, and you don't have the capacity, it would be good to speak up. But I don't know, some people find it hard, to even just be like, I'm sorry, man, I don't have the fucking mental capacity for this right now.
Yeah.
Because then you also feel like you're opening up a door saying, oh, well, what's wrong with you? And you're like, bro, no.
Yeah.
You know? It's hard. But
exactly. And it's even harder when it's someone like close to you. Say, for example, your partner, right? Like,
yeah.
There's an expectation that you can take a little bit more in your like threshold of your cup because you're in a relationship with them.
Yeah,
So
yeah, fuck.
it's an unset expectation, but it's
Pretty
there,
much.
right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm.
Yeah, well, fuck.
Yeah.
My brain hurts.
Yeah, like
I
100% relate
whatever
with you,
brain I
man.
have left, but yeah.
like anytime, I don't know if it's the same for you, but I kind of get the sense it is. Whenever you deal with something very mentally heavy, it's just like you get a different type of exhausted. Like you may not even have gone to the gym or something, but you are fucking wrecked.
Oh man, I had one mate and he was like, I'm gonna kill myself and blah blah blah, and I was just like, fuck.
Jeez.
I was like, my brain, bro, like, don't do it. And then I had like another mate. I had like a few mates say some shit, and I was just like, oh.
All in the space of like a short period.
Yeah, bro. I was in like 2 weeks.
Fuck.
And then I was just like...
I think I also messaged you probably around this time with some shit.
You did. Like, you were the last person to message me, which it sucks because I wish you were the first because I would have given you all my attention.
No, it's all good,
instead of
man.
giving it to these other fucking numpties. You know?
It's just how it is life.
Yeah,
works
and I
sometimes.
was just... Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like... I'm not judging anyone, and I'm probably coming off as a cunt because someone was saying they wanted to kill myself and I didn't act a certain way. No, it wasn't like that. It's just, when you've got your own shit going on as well and someone drops and multiple people drop some real heavy shit on you, it can get real fucking exhausting. And I remember saying my missus, and I was just like, why is everyone dumping all their shit on me? And my missus was like, you've got enough mental health problems to figure it out, let alone all these other people's. I was like, I know, I'm fucked in the head. And now I'm fixing all these other people's fucking problems when I'm not qualified.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not qualified for this shit,
What's it saying? I think it's like broken people fix broken people.
Oh, man. I didn't fix no one.
Well, I don't even know if fixing is the right word, but you can... Because you can relate, it's like a barrier down, and then people can kind of like, it's at that relation.
I don't want to relate anymore. I'm done.
But yeah, dude, that sounds rough.
I'm just going to start cutting ties.
Oh.
I'm just going to start cutting ties, everyone. Trev, you're first on the list, mate. You're on the chopping block. Shing! Nah.
All right, on that note, this podcast has become a solo venture. But
I'm fucking with you.
Nah, it's all good, man. I think I went through a similar experience, and I ended up posting something on the actual website around someone close to me saying that they wanted to like take their own life, and
it's not it's not a fucking joking matter.
No,
it's not, because it is serious. It is fucking serious. So I just had to say that it is fucking serious, and it's not good. And if you do have suicidal thoughts and you are actually thinking about it,
yes,
fucking call the helpline. Like dead set. Do it. Don't fuck around. Don't leave a note and wait for someone to find you. Fucking
look after yourself as much as you can.
Yeah. Like it ain't right. Like I've been to too many fucking funerals. Yeah. Seek professional help. Just call someone. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
continue. Sorry.
No, that's all good, man. Like it 100%. And I think from that experience, I learned a couple of things. I've made my first call to the suicide callback service just about like how I should best help this person, which was something I found myself resisting doing, but I'm glad that I did because the experience that I got was like really good. Like the other person on the other side of the line.
They're fucking professional. They know the steps.
100%. And like that's exactly what I sort of needed to be like, cool, this is what I can do to help. This is what I can do to help in the future, make sure that things are okay and whatnot. There is a big difference between having suicidal thoughts and having a plan. And I think that's something that I would like to reiterate now is if you've got suicidal thoughts plus a plan, that is not good. And that's a point where you should probably be seeking any sort of professional help where you can. I understand that reaching out for help is hard, but also do yourself a favor. Be brave. I know it's easier said than done, but it may end up saving your life. So do that. The other thing as well is, as a result of that, I ended up getting this Beyond Blue app called Beyond Now, which I shared a lot of this stuff with you, where it's just like, it goes through things and a series of questions around, what are your triggers? What do you do when you're feeling low or isolated and that sort of stuff? what are you looking forward to in life? Because I think it's really important to, when you're feeling low or you feel like you want to take your own life, have something that you're looking forward to in the future and remind yourself that, this is what I'm actually excited for about in life. And that sort of break point helps me at least realize that, I've got something I want to work towards. So if I take my own life, I can't work towards that anymore. So it's an incentive to keep going. And then the last step of that all is having an emergency contact list of people that you can trust and talk to. And then you send that plan to them, which I did to a couple of people after that experience. And it's just like, cool. If I'm ever in that state, I have an app I can go to. But if I need to talk to someone, I can reach out to all these people. But they also have the other contacts on my list as well. So if they're like, hey, mate, I don't have the capacity to deal with this right now. There's other people on your list. For example, say I've got someone on there called Chris. Here's his number. Can you give him a call? And it's just like, it's a not as bad way, but sort of just like a redirection in the sense of, I've got my own shit. I understand what you're saying. I know that you need help. Here's some other people that I know that like you can reach out to. And I think that's important, especially if you're going through a super rough patch and you have had suicidal tendencies before. Do yourself a favor and have a plan to not fail. Yeah. I think that's the best way I can say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I've been through some shit. I learnt a lot. I think that
was
the
heavy,
key thing.
That was heavy, but
yeah.
Shit needs to be said. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a lot of the reason why I think I wanted to start this as well. It was like the cars and stuff is cool, but there's also this side too.
Yeah,
it goes hand in hand. I think a lot of times.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you love it, don't you?
I do. It's my element. I thrive in it.
You thrive in the deep end.
Yeah,
the darkness.
The darkness and the demons.
The demons. Fuck. That's why you just got to lift heavy ass circles, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Heavy ass circles. Eat good. Feel good.
That is the only thing that keeps me sane at times, and I will 100%
heavy ass circles, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I fucking love it.
I do. Tim's trying to convince me to do a powerlifting comp. And I am
so is Sam.
Yeah.
Sam's the same. He's like, you're fucking joining him. I'm like, bro, it takes me like a week to recover after squats.
Yeah.
Like, not muscle soreness, fucking knee pain. Bro, do it. Fucking do it. Push yourself.
Yeah. Because like at the Boxing Day sales, I ended up buying like fucking squat shoes.
The squat shit.
The fucking platform shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
I know.
I'm just like...
The fucking proper squat shoes.
I'm already like halfway down. Like I've got a proper belt and sleeves.
Knee sleeves, like an SBD belt.
I know. I'm just... The cost of everything... That's not why I would do it.
SBD belt, $450. Knee sleeves, $160. I know, I just looked at it all. Because I'm thinking about doing it.
Yeah. So do you know what comp... or Sam wants you to do? Because I think there's one in April or May.
It's a novice.
Yeah,
the novice one. Where like nothing matters. It doesn't matter how much you lift. It's just go down and have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam reckons 12 weeks. He'll fucking train me up. But I'm like, yeah, he wants me benching... Because Sam's gone to Japan soon. So he said once he comes back from Japan, he's doing a full powerlifting
training
regime.
Yep.
Because he's going to compete one more time. Because he reckons he's got numbers he wants to hit. And he goes, you're going to do it with me. So it's benching 4 times a week, squatting twice a week, deadlifting twice a week. I'm actually fucking scared because my knees. I noticed the other day when I did 110, the next day I couldn't even walk up a step, bro. Fuck. Right, it was that bad. I couldn't get out of bed, bro. My lower back was fucking cooked.
Oh, Jesus.
And after deadlifts on the Sunday, I couldn't get out of bed because my lower back was that fucked. And he goes, don't worry, mate, it's normal. I was like,
what?
I was like, excuse me? And he goes, mate, for a whole year, my lower back was cooked. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't hurt no more. I was like...
Are you sure he hasn't like severed fucking nerve endings or something?
Oh, no, because it's the muscle. Because you're working the muscle.
Yeah.
So And I was like, oh, man. Because I'm so used to deadlifting a certain way that the physios told me because it protects your lower back. And he's like, nope, you're deadlifting completely wrong. You're definitely deadlifting the way the physio wants you to deadlift, which is putting more strain on your upper back. That's why you can't lift as heavy. Because, bro, it took me 2 weeks to recover from this deadlift because my upper back was fucked. Because I wasn't keeping my shoulders loose and having long arms. I was putting so much tension on my traps and my lats.
Yep.
It took 2 weeks for them to recover. And he goes, yeah, this is what you're doing wrong and blah, blah, blah. And I was like squatting too much into the deadlift. And he goes, nah, you're doing it all wrong. And I'm like, I'm just doing it the way I was taught to protect my lower back. And he goes, nah, we want to build your lower back.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. I hell want to do it, but at the same time, I don't because I'm so scared. I'm not fucking 20 anymore. We're 30, brother.
Yeah.
We're 30. I tripped over a piece of wood. I was out for 6 months.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I better hope there's no fucking wood at this competition.
Only in my
Bring
pants,
your own.
brother.
But
yeah.
Yeah, like I get what you mean as well because I used to also experience like the lower back pain after deadlifting, and I've swapped. Like Tim has worked a lot with me on, I guess, taking that tension away from your lower back and having like your loose shoulders and stuff, and making sure like you're actually pushing through the floor with your feet, not lifting your back and doing it that way. But now
and warming up correctly.
Yes.
Never used to warm up. Now it takes 15 to 30 minutes just to warm my glutes, my lower back, my hamstrings, doing RDLs properly and shit.
Yeah, that's a really
full
important.
powerlifting fucking plan, bro.
Yeah.
We should do a little competition, me and you. A little healthy competition.
Yeah.
See how much our total kgs is
All right.
at the end of the year or at a competition.
A competition. Yeah. I'll speak to Tim and see when this comp is. I think it's April, May.
Yeah, but you're getting a professional trainer, bro. Sam's just a fucking guy who's done a few comps.
I mean, it's... Yeah, true.
But Callan's his coach.
Yeah, so...
Callan's a fucking beast.
Yes.
Got to get him on.
We do, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that was hell funny. The next day I met him. Yeah.
He seems like a nice guy, man.
He's a good cunt.
Yeah.
He's good. And he's fucking strong. Like
300 kilo deadlift I saw the other day.
Yeah, 300 for 2.
Yeah.
For 2. I can barely get 160 for 1.
Yeah. That's like 4 times my fucking body weight, bro.
It's hell funny. Like, he comes to the gym. I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? Oh, check this lift out. And I'm like showing him my 100 kilo bench. He's like, yeah, good work, bro. And I'm like, I look and he's doing 150 for fucking reps. And I'm like... I'm just a nobody to you, eh? Oh.
So the one thing that I'm working on at the moment is squat form and trying to like get rid of my like butt tuck at the lowest
butt
point.
Wink.
Yes.
Your butt wink, because you're probably going too deep. Is that it?
I think so, but also like my ankle mobility is pretty shit. And
is that why you bought the shoes?
Yeah. So it has helped a fair bit. Like I'm getting deeper, but I'm not getting as much. But it's also how I like trying to keep a neutral spine, I guess, is the best way to put it. And you have to kind of like lean forward and...
Yeah, you have to tuck in, a little bit and keep it, not... Because everyone thinks they're working their glutes at the very top when they squeeze. That's just a waste of time. Just keep it that little bit.
Yeah, and then just go up and down sort of thing. And then for some, like, when I remember first learning how to squat and stuff, everyone was just like, you really got to accentuate, like, fucking sticking your butt out.
No.
And it's just like, no, because
you got to rotate your hips a little bit and then hold that position and
Yeah, but this is after how many years of lifting, and this is like, fucking gym bros from when I was like 19 or 20. Everyone was just like, fucking
no one knows
Geordie Shore and shit. And it's like, oh man, this is fucking the best way to do it. It's like, all right, whatever. But now you're sort of learning.
Now that, you're actually paying attention and you're actually dedicated and you want to learn, you will learn.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's been good.
It has, man.
I'm pretty thankful. I just squat and deadlift in socks.
Shoes. Oh, socks.
No, in socks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might have better ankle mobility than me, which is good too.
Are you sure?
Or like,
are you sure?
They put some shit in your ankles when there's surgery, man. They're just like, let's inject some steroids and fucking
piece of string. My whole left side of my left leg is held together by string. ACL in my knee.
Jesus.
And now my ankle, bro.
Yeah.
It's all string, bro.
The other thing I was looking at is like depending on how deep your hip sockets and as well, that's like how deep you can squat and how easy it is and stuff like that. So
as long as it passes for the comp, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
As long as it passes, like the depth, there's no need to keep going.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to make that depth and that's it.
But that's where you need to sort of, I guess, learn where that depth is. Because if you're used to going below it and then back up, then like it's,
and
reset.
You really shouldn't be bouncing at the bottom of a squat as well because that's bad for your knees.
Yeah, it fucks. Like,
That's what I used to do fucking ages ago, bouncing off the bottom. And I was like, why do my knees hurt? There's a lot to learn. I can't believe we're actually talking about powerlifting.
I know, right?
Fucking powerlifting. Power fatties, bro.
Dude, I just can't, like, I can't believe how different training and like following this program is compared to what I thought was good. Like, you know, I used to be like, oh, you know, you go in there, you do your 3 sets and you get heavy each set. And now I'm like,
overload,
now I'm doing things where like I warm up, I don't count those as actual sets, and then I do my heaviest first and then drop down and then drop down.
Yeah, you're doing a reverse pyramid sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like I keep hearing RP6, RP7.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck does this bullshit even mean?
It's like effort level and stuff. It's
like
Tim's
RP6 means you've got 4 in the tank. I'm like, wouldn't you just go to RP10 then every time?
Full send every time.
Yeah, just full send. It's like, no, because you're not bodybuilding. It's like progressive overload for strength. And then when you get to a certain time, you feel amazing. I'm like, it's making no sense, man. Just lift heavy ass weight all the time. But no, it's not.
Trust the process of the program. I think that's the thing. And like, I do trust what Tim and Callan and obviously like they have experience and
they've done the comps, bro. They know what's up.
Yeah, for sure. So it's just like, trust the process. And like, I can feel myself getting stronger and whatnot. Like the things that I used to PR now, or like I'm repping out. So I'm just like, yes, it is working.
Like at the end of last year, I never thought I'd be doing fucking 80 kilo bench for 6 reps.
Yeah.
Like before it was like, I'll do 70 for 6 and then that's me done. But now it's like 80 back offs. Like you're saying, like 60 kg for 8 reps, warm up. That used to be my working set.
Yeah.
Now that's just a warm up. And then it's like, then you slowly, then it's 70 for 6, 80 for 4, 90 for 2, 95 for 1. And if I'm feeling really good, 100 for 1. And then it's like back to 80 for reps, 70 for reps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's changed.
It is. And like, this has all come from us, I guess, working smarter and being open to learning more. Because there's so many people that I see kind of go to the gym, and maybe it is a bit of a harsh judgment, maybe not, but you just look and they're just doing the same thing week in, week out, and then months pass and they're still doing the same thing. And you're just like, I get it if it's just a mental thing for you, but if you really want to get stronger,
progressive overload is the thing. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, like, but there's multiple ways of progressive overload. It's like, let's say you can do 60 kilos for 8 reps. Then the next week you go 60 for 7. Oh, sorry, 8. 60 for 9, 60 for 10, and then you go 65 for 8, 65 for fucking 9, and then 10, then up again. So like increasing the reps is still progressive overload. So
true. Yeah, you never really know what other people are doing.
It's not just like more weight, more weight, more weight, more weight. It's like, no, all right, you're doing 10 reps, go 12, go 15, 20. You know, like 20 reps is still a lot, but you see some videos and these motherfuckers doing 100 reps. That's still progressive overload. But fuck doing 100 reps. I can't count that high anyway. So there are multiple ways of progressive overload. It just depends on what your goal is. Do you want to lift a lot more weight, or do you want to do a lot more reps and keep your fucking, you know, don't blow out your shoulder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the moment, training with Sam, it's like, come on, motherfucker, you're putting more weight on. I'm like, okay.
Yes, boss.
Yeah.
No, that's good, man. Because I remember at one point last year when we were talking about like gym and having a gym partner, you're just like, oh, fuck it, just generate it yourself and you'll be fine, bro. At like, and now
because I never had a gym partner.
Like,
because no one wanted to fucking come to the gym because they're all a bunch of pussies.
Justin's calling out everyone.
Calling out all my mates that fucking used to come to the gym. Now they don't.
Yeah.
And
it's a dedicated few, right?
It was good, but they didn't really push that hard. And now because Sam's...
He understands it, so...
Yeah. Well, he was... I don't know all the figures he was doing, but I think it was his bench was 150-something, his squat was 2-something, and his deadlift was 250-something. Like, crazy numbers. Like, but because his goal is to get back to that, it's like he's pushing me like no one's ever pushed me before. Sounds hell gay. But
that's why people get coaches, though. That's why professional athletes have coaches and pay good money. Like fucking, what's his name? Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant had the same trainer.
Yeah.
And like, there's a reason why.
But they're professionals, bro. We're just a bunch of fucking numpties in the backyard.
Yeah, for sure. But if we've got mates that are willing to push us, or you, in my case, can pay someone to do it.
Yeah.
Go for it. Like,
you got too much money, brother.
That's what happens when you live at home, brother.
Yeah, okay. 30.
I know.
Still living at home.
Mate, you don't need to remind
loser. Nah, I'm fucking with you.
My car's already broken, man. Don't break me even more.
All my cars are still broken, bro. And we're already into fucking February, and I haven't even pulled my finger out on the Evo.
Dude, it's 1 month.
No,
there's another.
It's not good enough, bro. I'm already kicking myself.
Well, you did say you were getting it done this year, but you didn't specify when.
Yeah, true.
So I'm not going to be like, oh, you said you get it done by this month, because you haven't. You can if you want now.
Yeah, I want to fucking get onto it, but
yeah,
I miss driving my car, bro.
Yeah, I can relate with that.
I just want to get in, pump some tunes, go for a fucking night cruise, like by myself, bro. Like park up, take some snaps of my car, and just fucking drive around and race people in the street. It's just
hypothetically in Mexico.
Yeah. It's just that feeling of getting into a fast car.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's good, man.
Yeah, that's what I found with my Civic when I was jailing it. It just lost that specialness, and as soon as you take that element away and you drive for the enjoyment again, like it just it's
But when you
cool.
when you daily your race car, or when you start driving your race car too much, you get used to it. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like you're like, oh, I want a little bit more power.
Mm-hmm.
So you start thinking about ways to get more power, or you start wanting to tweak things, and then you lose that sense of why you got that car, because you just want more and faster and better, you know?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to getting it back on the road, man. Likewise, once you get yours sorted too, like I'm looking forward to just going for a cruise and taking some photos and shit. That's stuff I fucking look forward to, man.
Yeah.
Simple, but
simple but effective, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, it sucks because I also want to get the Beamer done, because everyone's like, oh, bring the Beamer. I'm like, brother, the Beamer doesn't turn. I was like, but man, if I could drive it, I'd be frying tires everywhere. And I need my license, so it's a good thing that it's not on the road.
Fair enough, man. Oh, well, we've got time. We're fucking old as shit.
We say we're old, and then I talk to people and they're like, old? Well, mate, you're fucking 30. You're not even old. Your life's just begun. I'm like, I feel old. I'm broken. My whole body hurts. Just sitting here, my hips hurt. Just sitting in this chair. And it's a good chair. And fucking everything hurting. I think I hurt my shoulder today too.
Oh, mate.
I know. I was like, I'm going to take it easy on bench.
Never happens.
And I didn't take it easy. I was like, oh yeah, my shoulder's a bit dicky. I'll just warm up another set. Warmed up another set. And I'm like, oh, yeah, fucking 80. 90, 95. Yeah, that'll do me. Oh! It's incline, eh? Incline fucks my shoulder a bit, but gotta grow that upper chest, bro. Mm-hmm. That Terry Crews spec where you can fucking bounce your titties, bro. That's that upper chest.
Oh, mate.
Just need to jump on the steroids, bro. This whole fucking being natural shit sucks dick.
I mean, instant gratification, right? Well, not instant, but, why take
I want
it
it
slow
now.
way? Yeah.
I want it now. I'm like, but when you think about it, right? Realistically, being natural, if you're eating the correct amount of protein, taking all your vitamins and doing everything properly, you grow what, like 0.5 kilo of muscle a year? So, by the time you look the way you want to look, it's going to take you 10, 15 years. Or I could just do one solid year of just pure test and get there now. You still got to work hard.
Yeah, it doesn't take it out. It just
Yeah.
lowers the or let's say it changes the multiplier.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have so much fucking testosterone.
Mm.
But then you look at I did so much research into it because I was so tempted to jump on a cycle.
Mm.
And I've got enough mental health problems as it is.
Yeah, you don't want to.
And seeing the downsides of what it can do, and like you'll probably never get the same amount of test levels again when you come off it. It's just, for me, it's just not worth the risk.
Mm.
So stay natty, kings. Stay natty.
You heard it, yeah.
Unless you're like 40 and you need TRT, that's different.
Yeah, it's obviously
That's
different
different.
use cases and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Give me TRT. Nah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the whole, I guess, that mentality of just do your research, work smarter too. Don't
Yeah.
don't
Don't
assume
just-
you know best. I think.
Yeah. And don't just jump on the juice because everyone else is.
Yeah,
You know,
you need to really
like do your own research.
Mm,
And if you are going to do it, get fucking tested before
mm.
and after so you can actually see,
what happens.
yeah,
Yeah.
if it comes back. Because they say, a lot of people say it doesn't ever come back.
Mm.
Takes like a long time before your test will rise. And then it might not ever get to where it fucking used to be before. So,
Yeah, you just got to be aware of the opportunity cost. Let's put it that way.
But they also do say when you're on it, it's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, but I mean, it's always the grass is greener stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
everyone will be like, "Oh, this is the best shit ever," and whatnot, and then you get there and you're just like, "Was it really worth all
Yeah.
of it?"
Was it really worth feeling great 12 weeks?
Yeah,
You know?
out of 52 in a year or
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
Yes, it was.
because I look like a fucking Greek god, motherfucker.
Yeah, great God, eh? Just chiseled.
Yeah,
Nah. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
Just work hard.
I think
Work
it's
hard, eat right.
that delayed gratification stuff. Like I know a lot of people talk about it, but I feel like it does make chasing goals and getting them eventually, like the journey itself is the cool part, but when you get there too, is that more meaningful,
Yeah. Yeah, true.
even if it takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, well, body dysmorphia, brother.
That's a fucking thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a thing. Like, you get into the gym because you look like shit, and then you just forever look like shit in your own mind.
head, yeah.
You know, I still feel like I'm just as fat as I am when I was 79, even though I've lost all that weight.
Yeah,
I still feel like I'm just that as fat as I was then.
I know. Like people would compliment me and stuff and be like, like you've really like gotten bigger and stuff. And I'm just like,
I feel small.
I
Yeah.
just feel like a piece. Like I feel like I look like a piece of shit still.
Yeah,
I'm
and
just-
that's exactly it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I'm like, oh yeah, I can lift more weight, but I still feel fat.
Mm.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's a thing where, like, is there, like, I guess it's more self-reflection and realizing that, like, hey, actually, I have made progress,
yeah,
and that sort of thing. But it's not easy to break out of that initial.
I
thought.
still look in the mirror and I go, fuck, I've got like a vein here and I've got these muscles, and I'm like, oh yeah, I am progressing, but at the same time, I'm like, I just look at my gut and I'm like, I'm still fucking fat, even though there's fucking like hardly anything there. It's body dysmorphia, bro. It's real.
It's a
It's
toxic
fucking
thing, eh?
real, man.
Yeah,
You're like,
dude.
oh, shut up, cunt. You look good. It's like, nah, no, I don't.
It's just, it's one of those things where, like, hypothetically, if people were like, if I could take one thing away from you or like change something about you, what would it be? And a lot of the time, I think when I have been asked that question, it's just like, if I could take people's away, if I could take something away from people, it would be self-doubt and things like that. Because that's what holds a lot of people back.
Yeah.
It's just like, you can see potential in someone else and you see all these great things, but if they can't overcome their own fear of failure or whatever it may be, it's just so hard to, like, kind of get to that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you always put so much pressure on yourself.
You do.
And then sometimes you collapse under the pressure that you've fucking set.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, like, your own internal pressure cooker, let's say, is also influenced by other people close to you as well, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Like, it's a thing.
If you if you're surrounding surrounding yourself with people who don't push boundaries, then you'll never push boundaries yourself.
Correct.
So
it's healthy to do so, but it's also there is a balance to it. You can't just always be pushing 110%.
No, you do need to chill, but
yeah,
at the same time, you don't want to surround yourself with fucking losers.
Yes,
who don't want to see you succeed. You know, you need people that want to see you succeed.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's a part of the journey of growing up, right? Like naturally, your friendship circles get smaller and smaller over time. And I think that's a natural attrition rate of, hey, our interests don't align anymore, or you're not doing anything for me in the way that I would like.
Yeah. But how crazy is it when you go through that transitional period of you have all these friends, and then all of a sudden they start doing, like, your friend circle starts dwindling down. But you get upset because you're like, where did all my friends go? Why don't I have any friends? I'm at that point now where I'm like, thank fuck I don't have all those friends.
Yep.
I'm like, my God, the drama, there was too much drama. There was too much energy being spent on all these people that didn't really mean anything to me. It's just like we only hung out because we were drinking and we were out partying, but you weren't a good influence, or you weren't pushing me to be my best and do my best. But when you're going through that period, you're upset because you're like, I'm losing friends and this and that. But now, trust me, you'll get to a point where you're like, thank fuck I lost all those shit people.
Yeah.
You don't half the time you don't need them, man. Life is so much simpler when you've got such a smaller, tight-knit group of fucking friends.
Yes, and they're all helping you achieve what you would like, or they understand where you're going, and they will support you getting there. Yeah, for sure. Cool, man. I think that's a pretty good pod. But before we wrap up, I just wanted to give a couple of shout-outs to people that have been showing us some love on the socials and whatnot and sending us really cool messages. So first up, Pez on Instagram. Thanks for sending through a message on how you're finding the pod. Like, it's really good and appreciate it. Ronald on Facebook, who's from the States as well. Ultra Kamikaze and the Toge Royales from Melbourne. Always been a good lad to have a chat with in that whole group. The Shifting Through the Gears podcast as well. Thanks for commenting and liking content. And also Dan Becco as well. So that's just a short list of people that have interacted with stuff and commented and all that sort of stuff. But it means a lot, especially when, I guess, you're starting out, you're trying to test the waters as to what works, what doesn't work, and feedback is always appreciated. And all the people that have rated us on Spotify or told us feedback in person, thank you so much, because it helps us shape our content moving forward for the better.
Cheers.
Mate.
Thanks, motherfuckers.
Yes.
Catch you on the flip side.
Yeah, take care.
See you next week.